This video is brought to you by Diet Coke. I know I shouldn't be drinking this shit. Aspartame and all that crap that's in it. But I'm thirsty. There's a video out there, it's fucking brutal. There's a video out there where a cop was brutalizing this nurse in a hospital, the University of something, Utah, whatever, in Salt Lake City. Basically what happened was, the police were chasing a suspect who crashed into a semi-truck. The driver of that truck was a semi-truck. The driver of that truck was put in a coma and suffered burns. And by DOT law, DOT federal regulation, I know the law because I'm a truck driver. If a truck driver is involved with a fatal accident, regardless if he's at fault or not, federal regulation says they need to draw blood from the truck driver. But he's got to be consent. Either one of three things has to apply. They got to get a warrant. They got to apply. The truck driver has to apply consent. If he refuses, they can go a different route. The other thing is, he has to be arrested. In order for the police to draw blood from a suspect, they got to have a warrant. He's got to be under arrest, or they got to have his consent. None of the three things applied. So anyway, the police went to the hospital to try to get blood from the suspect. They didn't have a warrant. The guy's in a coma, so he can't give a consent. And he wasn't under arrest because the guy that the police were chasing ran into the truck driver. That guy got killed, but he was a truck driver and he was involved in a fatal accident. So anyway, the nurse doing her job. She was kind of confused. She gets her boss on the phone. And they're all standing there. The watch commander was standing there. The detective was standing there. A couple of security guards with the hospital were standing there. And a nurse was standing there. And it comes to find out this nurse was a 1998, 2002 Olympic skier or something. I don't know. Maybe it was 96. 96, 2002, whatever. But anyway, so the nurse is standing there, and she tells the officer, well, here, I have this piece of paper here. I'm just doing my job. And she was going by what the piece of paper said, federal regulation, that, he has, Utah law anyway, constitutional, that he has to have a warrant. It could be an electronic warrant as well, which he did not. Driver needs to give consent, which he can't because he's in a coma, or he's under arrest, which he's not. He's in a coma. So the nurse basically told the cop, I'm sorry, but, I can't let you draw blood. So she gets her boss on the phone and puts her boss on speakerphone right there. And her boss, the cop was getting irate, started threatening the nurse, and the boss gets on the phone, on speakerphone right there, and he says to the officer, hey, you don't need to be threatening my nurse. She's doing her job. You're making a big mistake. And that's when the cop really got irate. He grabbed the phone. He started grabbing the nurse. The nurse, backed up like that. He just started assaulting her and pushed her out the door, grabbed her arm. I don't know if she, glad he didn't break it. I don't know if he did or not. Slams her against the wall and puts handcuffs on her unjustly. This fucking cop has been identified as Detective Jeff Payne with the Salt Lake City Police. The watch commander has been identified as Lieutenant, I can't think of his name now. I gotta look it up on my phone, which I can't because I have to shut off the video. Lieutenant Asshole, how about that? Can't think of his damn name. Jeff Payne was a detective. I didn't write it down. Anyway, this watch commander. Oh, Tracy something. I don't know what the hell it was. Jeff Tracy or something Tracy. I don't know. But anyway, the mayor of Salt Lake City, not sure if she's a liberal or conservative, put out a statement. She condemns the action. The police chief condemns the action. So I'm calling on the mayor of Salt Lake City to fire this cop, this detective, and this watch commander. And to the nurse said she wasn't going to press charges or sue the city yet. I say sue the fucking piss out of them. Damn right. I hope she fucking sues them. I found out about this story on Sean King's Twitter. Now, it's not every day that I agree with a liberal or agree with anything that Sean King says, for that matter. It's like once in a blue moon, or hell must freeze over, if I agree with anything that Sean King says, because that race baiter, yeah. But I found this on Sean King's Twitter, just trolling a little bit. And I gotta, you know, it's not every day I agree with this race baiting son of a bitch. This bald wannabe black person. Thinks he's black, but he's white. But but Sean King, he was 100% spot on correct. For once, I agree with him. I found out about it on his Twitter. So, to the Salt Lake City Police, fuck your detective and fuck your watch commander. They better be fired. And to the mayor, make sure they're fucking fired. And to the nurse, sue the fucking shit out of them. You don't go assaulting females. If I was that nurse's husband, if I was that nurse's husband or boyfriend, let's not go there. I mean, I support the police, but not shit like this. This shit right here is why BLM gets on TV and says the shit that they say. Oh, I'm sorry, the nurse wasn't black. Never mind. I'm not trying to race bait, but BLM are a bunch of race baiters. But shit like this is why people hate pigs. Now, I don't hate cops. I respect police. I get along with police. I talk to them sometimes, and you know, I got nothing but respect for our officers. I put their lives on the line for, you know, protect and serve, you know, as long as they follow the Constitution. This guy didn't follow the Constitution. He's got constitutional rights. The Fourth Amendment applies here. He can't give consent. He's in a fucking coma. Well, anyway, my thoughts and prayers to the truck driver. Hope he makes a speedy recovery. And I hope this nurse sues the piss out of these two officers. I'm not going to point fingers at the Salt Lake City Police Department yet. If they don't fire him, I will. We don't need officers like that on the fucking street. Assaulting females unjustly. She was doing her fucking job. She was doing her job. And to that nurse, keep doing what you're doing. Fuck those cops. Keep doing what you're doing and saving lives and doing what you're doing as a good nurse and doing your job correctly. And I hope you sue that pig and that watch commander as well. Anyway, it was a brutal fucking video. I try to post a link to the video in the description below and give your thoughts what you think. Should these cops be fired?